Okay, so tonight I'm going to show you how to do one of our favorite recipes. It's beef and noodles and tomatoes. Let me turn this buzzing light off. There we go. That's better. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some stew meat. Just one package of stew meat. And it's just what it says it is. It's beef, noodles, and tomatoes. Now you can season it any way you want. You can season the meat any way you want. But I'll show you what I use and what my family has used for a very long time. Just make sure the meat is in there. It's thawed out good and broke up to where it's not all sticking together. That's how you want to do it there. Just kind of make sure that it's not all lumped up together. Alright. Okay, now that goes in the sink. Now, I'm going to take some meat tenderizer, and it's just regular meat tenderizer. And you just want to make sure the meat is evenly coated. So probably, if you need a measurement, probably 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then I'm going to take seasonal salt and do the same thing. Make sure the meat is evenly coated with the seasonal salt, probably 2 tablespoons. Alright, and then garlic powder. Okay, and just kind of want to put it to taste, probably a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. I don't need to measure it because I've done this forever. But this is my great-grandma, one of my great-grandmother's recipes. She did it during the Depression. They came up with it because really that's all they had. But I'm going to put enough water in the pot to kind of cover the meat, a little up, about 2.5 cups of water. Okay, just to kind of cover the meat. And what that's going to do is make like a beef broth. And I'm going to turn it on high. This is very quick, it's very easy. And then I'm going to take elbow noodles and just boil them over here. You can't see this pot, but it's probably a half a box. A half of a 16-ounce box of the elbow noodles. And I'm going to add it all together. And that's it, really. After the noodles, you cook the noodles separately because you don't want all that starch that comes off the noodles in your beef and noodles and tomatoes. Okay? And I'm going to let this cook. If you want, you can put a lid on it. If you don't want, you don't have to. I'm just going to boil it down to where it's thoroughly cooked. And then I'm going to boil the noodles and rinse them just a little bit. So, and then I'll take it and put it all together. I'll show you how to do that. I'll come back because you don't want to see meat cook. But this whole recipe takes about maybe 30 minutes to cook. It's not hard. It's really good. My family loves it. And I know it's springtime. This is more of a winter time dish, but you can do it in the springtime when you have a cold snap. Right now we're having a cold snap where I live, so it's really good any time of the year though. I mean, it's just one of those recipes that it's really good. After you get it all put together though, you salt and pepper it to taste, and that is it. It goes really good with cornbread. So if you want to make cornbread with it, you can, of course. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I have videos up on cornbread as well. The easy way to do it with a mix or the old-fashioned way. So you can check those out as well. If you're a subscriber that's been here a while, thank you so much. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. I'll come back and show you what this looks like when I put it together. Okay, so we're still doing the beef and noodles and tomatoes. Now, what it's done is made like a beef broth. I know you can see that. It's made its own beef broth with the seasonings and stuff that you put on the meat. I'm not opposed to. Some people like to put another can of beef broth in there. I don't. I think this is fine and has enough of its own juices because I don't want to make it too soupy and watery. Okay, that's the reason. But I cooked my noodles firm because you're going to cook them a little bit more. But what I did was I cooked them a little firm, and then rinsed them, gave them a quick rinse. And I'm just going to put the elbow noodles, and it's the same kind of noodles you use for macaroni and cheese and other things. But I washed a little of the starch off of them. You don't have to rinse them very much, but we're just going to add these in. And it's just the beef and noodles and tomatoes. And the flavors just work really well together. And we're just going to salt and pepper it after we put it all together and eat. And that's really all there is to it. It's a really good recipe. Like, if you know, you don't have a lot of time to do anything big or elaborate, that's fine. It works absolutely fine. I wanted to tell you guys this too. I'm just going to add the diced tomatoes, juice and everything. Just the diced tomatoes in there. I add 2 cans because that's the way my family likes it. And that's the way, you know, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my grandmother, and everybody did it. And then I'm just going to take a little water, probably a half a can of water, and kind of pour in there for just a little bit more juice. But like I said, I don't want to make it too soupy. But I wanted to tell you guys this. If you have any leftover, like after you guys eat it the first time, the noodles are going to kind of soak up the juices. So you might, if you reheat it, like for the next night or whenever, you might want to add a little water to it while you're reheating it. And that'll kind of, you know, bring the juices back for you. Because those noodles will soak up a lot of those juices. Some people don't like it the next day because the juices, you know, the noodles soak up a lot of the juices. I do. I think it tastes better the next day. But you're just going to kind of bring it to a boil one more time, and then you're ready to eat. And that is all there is to it. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. There's plenty of beef and protein, noodles, and tomatoes in there to make everybody happy, hopefully. And you can serve it with biscuits or, like I said, cornbread. Salt and pepper it to taste in your bowl. That's the way I like to do it. I don't salt and pepper it. I just let everybody do it in their own individual bowls. That way, you know, some people might like a little more salt than others. You know, do it to your own taste, but it turns out really good. And I think you should make it for your family. It's a good, inexpensive way to, and it's a quick way to feed your family. And, you know, it looks like you worked all day on it, but you really didn't. So, shh, don't tell anybody. I think that's it. If you like this video, don't forget to click like and share it and subscribe to it. And if you're already subscribed, like I said earlier, thank you so much. Yeah, I hope that your family likes it, and thanks.